Good afternoon, all. CamelbackTrading.org coming to you this Thursday afternoon, December 15th, and we are looking at Window Trader's market profile of the ES and SPY. I can tell you what, if every day was like today, boy oh boy, it would make things very nice. Very accommodating day as the market played out to a beautiful B shape for long liquidation. Sellers were in control all day. A lot of different things happened. I will give the bulls credit for a couple of things. First off, they held their cool when we got below the weekly low, when we got below the balance low. No panic. We had 5 weeks of longs on the water, and there was no real panic. Sellers could not hold trend. Now, that doesn't mean it won't start again tomorrow, because we did close. We're still below the 5-week balance low. So certainly that could happen. We had talked about a week or so ago. Remember when we said because we made we took out the weekly low and came into balance, I think maybe the rally could be capped at September's high. Boy, oh boy, you wouldn't have thought that when the CPI pre-market came out. But that's exactly what we got to, and now we're back down to here. So with just about 2 weeks to go in the trading year, I'm wondering if we are capped at September's high, and maybe we'll go down and test both the 50 at some point and that large gap below us. I think we might have ourselves inside of maybe a $20 range or so, or $30 range, which is large, over these next 2 weeks because of that. I had a good day today, again, mostly from the short side. I did take 2 longs. So again, I shorted. I'm not going to go over all of them, but the market was telling us to do what? Sell it. And by the way, we held the gap today. We have a very large sell tail, and we held the gap. So, that's 2 things that sellers still have. Qs held their gap, barely, but held it. They go out, only 8 wide, but they do have an afternoon rally high in G and a nice sell tail. Russell, afternoon rally high in G. They held their gap. An A and 8 wide. We only have the day's high and low. We're only 7 wide, and there's no afternoon rally high. We have the gap and a nice sell tail. So what did I do? I did what I did yesterday. I shorted the crap out of it in A, B, C, D. A, B, C, D. Shorted it all 4 time frames. I took, believe it or not, a long and F. I thought we were going to stop the 1 time framing and fill the single prints. It never did. Took it off with 3-point loss. So that was my first long in 2 days. And I lost money on it. But then I made up for it. First, I made money on a short and I, once again, when we had single prints to start. And then in K period, I'm like, at some point, I told the room, and this is one of the real huge benefits of our trading room. We don't tell you after the fact. We tell you way before the fact what we're looking for. So when H, I, and J kept pushing but couldn't get anywhere, we told the room this. One of 2 things is going to happen. The 3 stooges, which is K, L, and M, Curly, Larry, and Moe, are going to get going below the day's low and test that gap. Or you have laggard shorts in here, and they're going to get taken out. And we're going to see minimum 25-30 on the ES. And we said this when we were trading around 12. So when Curly started going up, Curly with a K, I took a long, only 1 lot. But I held it, and it popped, and I got a nice 8 points out of it as I took it off at 27. I bought it at 18. Well, actually, 8 or 9 points I got on it. And then we actually went higher. Why? Because we said shorts are going to get taken out to the woodshed. However, I said, don't think we're going to go anywhere and make new highs. I said I'd be looking for a short near value high or half back. It never got there. I said when the market's down this percentage, the odds of it trying to take back a lot is slim and none. Everybody gets visions of grandeur in their head that we're going higher. The odds of it going right back down are pretty good. And that's exactly what we did. Now, I didn't take a short in LRM, and I had a very good day, but it did exactly what we thought it would do. So a B shape for long liquidation. We still have the gap. We'll see what transpires tomorrow. Now, SPY is ex-dividend tonight. It's going to be, I think, about $1.50, $1.55. So depending on where we settle, right now they have us settling at $3.8966. So we'll just round it out and say the dividend's $1.66. So tomorrow morning, you're going to see SPY price at, say, $3.88. Now, from that level, you're going to see if we have a dividend gap down or if we open inside the day's range. But remember, we're going to be taking off between $1.50 and $1.55 worth of price because of the dividend. Excuse me. Now, destinations for the upside in SPY. We have today's high of 395.25 and then fill in the gap at 396.31. 106-point gap from today. You should have the other ones we gave to the upside the other day. For the downside, we have today's low of 387.89, and then we have 385.64 daily low, and then fill in the gap at 381.14. 450-point gap from November 10th. For ES, downside, we have today's low of 08. Then we still have, now I'm using December's reference points, 04.50, the afternoon pullback low, which we never got. And then the daily low of 70.75, and then fill in the gap at 38.25.75 from November 10th. For the upside, we have today's high of 85.25 and fill in the gap at 97. Now, let's go to the charts. Just give me 1 second. I get very tired late in the day. Normally towards the end of the week, but especially after this surgery. So people ask me, what am I going to call the weekly? And I said, you know what? I'm not sure yet. I said, why don't we wait until tomorrow's close and see if we have an outside week down? Or do we come firmly back into this balance? Now, we did take out the balance low by almost $2.50, $2.25. Now, it was a balance of about $20. So we stretched it by 10%. Is that enough to call the weekly down? Like I said, I'm going to wait. I might call it, for argument's sake, if today's low is the weekly low, I might call it down. I'm sorry, balance to down. But if we go any further, if we make a new low tomorrow, it's firmly down for me, no matter what. So we'll leave that open until tomorrow. We'll also see if we have that outside week down, if we close below 391.64. But the daily is firmly down. Gap is my main focus. Okay? So again, remember we were talking with Dalton. If this is all short covering, remember we used Wile E. Coyote from the Roadrunner? When he runs off the cliff, all of a sudden the short covering is done and there's nothing below him? That's kind of what happened the last 3 days, isn't it? Ran off the cliff and we came in from 410 to 388. $22. Boom. Remember the little puff of dust at the end of the cartoon? Anyway, I hope you had a good day trading. Thanks for the likes and subscribing to this YouTube channel. Enjoy your evening, and we'll speak prior to the opening tomorrow.